It's a deadly game of drugs and gangsterism, and the long-standing war against gangs has...
South Africa's gangs are infesting almost every level of our lives. They're brutal and often untouchable. So how do we ever end this when police are often on the payroll?
District 6 was a buzzing community in central Cape Town before the 1960s. Initially known as the home of freed slaves, merchants and immigrants, the region was mainly occupied by the coloured community. Due to the rich culture the region possessed, District 6 soon became the soul of Cape Town, claiming a rich history of arts including jazz, theatre and poetry.
Firstly, growing up in District 6 was something very nice. That is, you'll have to experience to know what I'm going to explain to you now, because there was so much love there amongst the neighbours. It's different to what I'm experiencing now in Richards Plain. That's why I can't get used to staying in Richards Plain. But District 6, your child was my child. Neighbours looked out for one another. And yes, we grew up poor, but there was a lot of love in our house.
The soul of Cape Town boasted a positive society which was one big family. Unfortunately, a day in the year 1966 turned that positivity into pain and hopelessness. What was once a home to over 55,000 people was now a dilapidated place of ruin. The apartheid regime of 1948 saw an unexpected shift in societies. Repressive measures took flight in the most aggressive ways, ultimately leading to separatist legislations such as the Group Areas Act of 1950. Implemented by then Prime Minister Daniel Francois Malan, the Group Areas Act forcibly removed and displaced families from their homes to barren land. This legislation was a way of further oppressing marginalized persons by ensuring the economic development becomes almost impossible. The act saw turmoil brewing for so many communities. For residents on the Cape Flats, the apartheid regime paved the way for social destruction in the form of gangsterism. The Cape Flats did not derive its name from the surplus of apartment buildings that dominate the area. Instead, its name derives from the geographical makeup of the area as it is on flat land. The Cape Flats, as it is known today, comprises from various townships in which both Xhosa and coloured communities live. These areas include Khayelitsha, Steenberg and Manenberg. Across the globe, gangs are known to operate in illegal activities. For Cape gangsters, this is no different. Many children are often introduced to the gang life at a young age. Once they are initiated, it is mandatory that they are marked to show which gangs they belong to, whether it be the numbers gangs, the mongrels, or even the hard livings. Aside from criminal activity, drug abuse is rather popular amongst gang members. Common drugs include mandrax, which is a banned sleeping pill, tutuk, and even marijuana. In most instances, drugs are used as a coping mechanism to escape the harsh reality that is life on the Cape Flats. Due to all of this activity, police raids have become second nature to many gangsters. Gangs on the Cape Flats have claimed territory as a way of maintaining dominance and preventing other gang interference in a specific area. One of the biggest and most influential gangs was the Hard Livings gang, founded by twin brothers Rashid and Rashad Staghi.
1969, so that time Manenberg was a corrupt place. No lights, there's no streets, just sand. So we were very poor. Very, very poor. So we're growing big, and we become to be gangsters 1971. But when we were young, we looked identical. When we go to jail, we come out with different. I'm fat and he's thin. I had a nice time in jail because I had good work and things like Rashid at a bedtime. You know, Rashid, we are old now. We have to leave these things try to make money and just live for your house, your wife and your kids and things like that. But he's not like that. He wants everybody to respect him. And I can't respect him in front of his parents. I know I'm the oldest. If I'm alone, and I'll get him alone, and then I get him. Said, you just sit now here, and you listen now to me. And things go straight, and then we are a team. Then I can tell him what's on my mind, what do I think about Menenberg, and how to handle the people, and how to do things to survive. It's against the law to sell drugs. And I did sell it. But I didn't sell the drugs for myself. If I should sell drugs for myself, I should be a millionaire now. Now that's the story I tell about the drugs that I'm selling. How? Who will give me a work then? I never worked. I'm still be out of school. I'm selling papers when I was small, 9 years old, 10 years old, selling papers, collecting bottles, bones, to sell it for food. So when we grow bigger, we come to steal. Go to jail. What, you know how many times I went in jail? Twice and twice and twice. Come out of jail, and I think about myself, hey, who's going to give me a work? No one is going to give me, who's going to give me money? No one's going to give me money. So I collect myself a few couple of bucks, and I buy me some mandrakes. And so I started with a 90 rand. And from that 90 rand, I make big money. Big money. A few years back, every Sunday I come here and give the people money. The people is standing in Sundays. If I drive up here, everybody's come and stand here because they know I'm give them some money. That's why if I go away, I'm sure the people are going to miss me. Do you know how many police that we have that shoot guns for us? Do you know how many police that we have? Do you know how many police that we have that bring us guns, bring us bullets, everything?
The police brings you weapons.
The police!
They have nothing to give us guns. They steal it by the police station. They take his own gun and they give it for us for money, and they told they by the police station they were robbed with a gun, but we got a gun. They rob with us. They come by the smoker houses. They get the tablets. They come here by us. We give them money for this and all that things.
The police sell you drugs.
Yes.
Though the HLs were united, disrespect was not taken lightly and punishment was inevitable. Although they tried to restore justice at times, they did not know what war awaited them.
Justice serve here now, right?
We must do it outside for the other hard living.
The People Against Gangsterism and Drugs, or PAGD, were already planning ways to clean up the streets of the Cape Flats. PAGD was founded in 1995 as a community organization that aimed to eradicate gangsterism and eliminate drugs from the streets of Cape Town. Although it started off as a peaceful organization, PAGD soon broke into two branches that included the PAGD Gun Force. The PAGD G-Force was commonly known to perform more violent acts compared to the main organization.
PAGD was implicated in incidents of urban terrorism, 9 bomb explosions during the year 2000 alone.
I've been in some of the places already. I've been on the farms where they use the train, target practicing, moving targets, running the sand, almost like a military camp.
I have.
Mostly 9mm and shotguns and a couple of rifles. It's a big farm in Strandfontein. They make like dummies with stuck his name on, and that's a shooting, that's your target.
Party of Allah and the Mujahideen, the army, the police, the NII, the NIS, Mossad, and the corrupt clergies and the corrupt imams, they better disappear from the face of the earth. Hit you as hard as we're going to hit any enemy in this part of the world.
Death to Naka! Death to Naka! Death to Jackie Longi! Death to Ahmed Kasbah! Death to Pat! Death to Potter!
Death to Kapti! Death to Nan! Death to Staghi! Death to Mais! Death to Frankie D! Death to the twins! Rashid and Rashad!
On the night of the 4th of August 1996, an angry Pagad mob took to the streets to protest and possibly attack gang leader Rashid and Rashad Staghi. Pagad members were said to be holding Rashid Staghi hostage in his home, where his brother was on his way to help him. However, Rashad Staghi was unable to go through the angry mob. These were his last moments seen alive. 20 years later, his brother Rashid met the same fate when he was gunned down in 2016.
Gang leader Rashid Staghi has been shot and killed in Salt River in Cape Town. He was taken to hospital with wounds to his head and leg. Police have since confirmed that he was killed. His shooting comes a day after Hard Living's leader Bali Tips was shot dead in Mitchell's Plain. Well, for more on this breaking story, we joined now by ENC reporter Lindsay Tendinger. Lindsay, very good morning to you. Are there any details of how Staghi was shot?
Good morning, Dan. Depending on who you talk to here on the scene, but it appears he emerged from one of the houses here in London Road. Very significant that it's in this very road where his twin brother was killed in 1996. He got into a silver Toyota, a driver behind the wheel, and then multiple volleys of shots fired into the windscreen of that car, and it's understood that he suffered head and leg injuries and was taken to Groote Schuur Hospital not too far away from here. That's pretty much what we know for sure at this time.
And at this time, we know this shooting and killing comes just a day after another gang leader was shot and killed in Mitchell's Plain.
Organized crime only became a rising phenomenon in the Cape after harsh apartheid laws came into fruition. Extreme poverty and unprivileged conditions led to more gangs being formed as a way of breaking that cycle. As a result, more of the youth on the Cape Flats found themselves spending most of their young lives in prison rather than in school, trying to secure their futures. Gang members sacrificed their lives and have placed it in the hands of gang leaders who vow to protect them both in and out of prison. A life of violence has taken away the innocence of the youth and has left many fearful of their safety. Not much has changed since the end of apartheid. Many civilians who live in the areas dominated by gangs are often caught in the crossfire and fall victim to gang violence. Families in the Cape first lost their homes in 1966, and soon they lost their children to a never-ending war of gangsterism.